Kingdoms of Amalur. Reckoning is set in the world of Amalur, which is a vast and vibrant fantasy world filled with diverse races, cultures, and magical creatures. The game takes place in the Feylands, one of the regions in Amalur. The Feylands are a mystical realm that is divided into two distinct territories by a great river, with one side inhabited by the Summer Fae and the other by the Winter Fae. The Feylands themselves are visually stunning, with vibrant landscapes, ancient ruins, and hidden enclaves that are waiting to be explored. The Feylands are a world where destiny and the power of magic play an integral role in shaping the lives of its inhabitants. All things in the Feylands are said to follow a predetermined path, dictated by the Fate Weave, an all-encompassing magical force that is said to control the destinies of all living beings. Gifted individuals known as Fate Weavers can read the threads of the Fate Weave and report on the fates of individuals and even entire kingdoms. Fate Weavers are highly respected and sought after, as their knowledge of the future can be used to make important decisions and gain an advantage in political and military conflicts. However, the concept of fate is not without its limitations. The Fate Weave is not infallible, and there are ways for individuals to break free from their predetermined paths and alter their fates. The story takes place during the Age of Arcana, a time when unknown magical forces are beginning to manifest in the world, leading to great turmoil and upheaval. The Feylands are home to two factions of immortal beings known as the Fae. The Fae are a central aspect of the game's lore and culture, and their unique attributes and characteristics are woven throughout the narrative. The Fae are divided into two distinct courts, the Summer Court and the Winter Court. The Summer Court represents new life and growth, and is associated with light, nature, and beauty. The Winter Court, on the other hand, represents decay and decline, and is associated with darkness, cold, and death. The Summer Fae, who belong to the Summer Court, are generally seen as benevolent beings who are deeply connected to nature and magic. They are known for their love of music, art, and storytelling, and are often portrayed as carefree and whimsical. The Winter Fae, who belong to the Winter Court, are generally seen as more ominous and dangerous than their summer counterparts. They are often depicted as dark and brooding, and are associated with death, decay, and the cold embrace of winter. The Feylands are not only home to the immortal Fae, but also to several mortal races that have recently arrived in the world. These mortal races include the Ljosulfur and Dakair tribes of the Alfar, as well as gnomes. The Ljosulfur and Dakair are two distinct tribes of the Alfar race. The Ljosulfur are a fair-skinned and ethereal race, known for their beauty and grace. They are associated with the Summer Court of the Fae and are generally considered to be benevolent and peaceful. In contrast, the Dakair are a darker and more brooding race, associated with the Winter Court of the Fae. They are often portrayed as mysterious and aloof, with a deep connection to magic and the dark arts. Gnomes, on the other hand, are a shorter and more diminutive race that are known for their intellect and ingenuity. They are a relatively new addition to the Feylands and are not as deeply integrated into the world's culture and history as the Alfar and Fae. As the mortal races are recent arrivals to the Feylands, they often find themselves in conflict with the Fae and each other as they struggle to establish their place in this new world. The mortal races and the Summer Fae are threatened by the Tuahidion, a hostile faction of the Winter Fae who worship the god Tyrannoch. The Tuahidion are a major antagonist faction in the story, and their goal is to destroy all life in the Feylands and beyond. The Tuahidion believe that their god, Tyrannoch, has promised them a world without death or decay, where the Winter Court reigns supreme. To achieve this goal, they seek to wipe out all life in the Feylands, believing that this will create a world free from pain and suffering. As the game opens, the Tuahidion have launched a full-scale invasion of the Feylands, attacking and enslaving the mortal races and even launching raids on Summer Fae settlements. The story begins with the main character, the Fateless One, being revived by the Well of Souls, a powerful machine created by the gnomes that can bring the dead back to life. The Well of Souls was created to counter the destructive power of the Tuahidion, who are bent on destroying all life in the Feylands. However, shortly after the Fateless One is revived, the Well of Souls is attacked by the Tuahidion, who seek to destroy it and prevent any further use of the device. The attack is successful, and the Well of Souls is destroyed, leading to widespread panic and chaos in the Feylands. However, unlike other beings in the Feylands, the Fateless One is severed from the Fate Weave, the mystical force that determines the destinies of all things in the world. Due to their severance from the Fate Weave, the Fateless One is not bound to any predetermined fate, making them a wild card in the world of Amalur. This also means that they have the power to shape their own destiny and change the fates of others, which makes them a key player in the ongoing conflict between the different factions in the Feylands. Upon being revived, the Fateless One suffers from amnesia and has no recollection of their past life or identity. As a result, they must embark on a journey of self-discovery and uncover the truth about their past while also dealing with the threat posed by the Tuahidion. After the attack on the Well of Souls by the Tuahidion, the Fateless One is rescued from the chaos by a former Fate Weaver named Fomerus Hughes. Hughes, who also created the Well of Souls, is a wily and eccentric character who becomes a mentor of sorts to the Fateless One throughout the game. After saving the Fateless One, Hughes distracts the attackers to allow them to escape, directing them to find Agarth, a wise old mage who can help the Fateless One understand the nature of their existence and guide them on their journey. Agarth is a member of the Travelers, a group of nomadic mages who roam the Phalanx in search of knowledge and adventure. He is a key ally of the Fateless One, providing them with guidance and advice throughout their journey. Hughes, on the other hand, is a more enigmatic figure, with his own mysterious past and hidden agenda. While he helps the Fateless One escape from the attack on the Well of Souls, he also has his own motives and goals, which become clearer as the game progresses. At first, Agarth, the wise old mage who becomes a mentor to the Fateless One, is skeptical of their lack of destiny. However, as the Fateless One's powers and abilities become more apparent, Agarth begins to believe that they may be the key to defeating the Tuahidion and saving the Phalanx. As part of their journey, Agarth brings the Fateless One to a Fate Weaver temple, where they hope to find a Fate Codex recording all of Amalur's history. The Codex is a powerful artifact that can be used to uncover hidden truths about the world and its inhabitants. However, their mission is complicated when they discover that the temple is under attack by the Tuahidion. During the ensuing battle, the Fateless One demonstrates their power by preventing Agarth's fated death, further cementing their status as a wildcard in the world of Amalur. By preventing Agarth's death, the Fateless One not only saves their mentor's life but also proves that they have the power to change the course of fate itself. This sets the stage for the rest of the game's narrative, as the Fateless One continues to use their powers to fight off the Tuahidion and unravel the mysteries of Amalur's history. While at the temple, the Fateless One meets Alan Shear, a mysterious spy for the Almain army who has been sent to investigate the Tuahidion and their plans for the Phalanx. Alan Shear appears to be a prisoner of the Tuahidion, but it quickly becomes apparent that she has been sent to the stronghold on a mission of her own. After the Fateless One rescues her, Alan Shear reveals her identity and her purpose for being in the Phalanx. Alan Shear is a member of the Almain, one of the two human tribes that have settled in the Phalanx. She is a skilled spy and assassin, and she has been sent to the Phalanx to gather intelligence on the Tuahidion and their plans for conquest. As the Fateless One learns more about the conflict between the Tuahidion and the other factions in the Phalanx, Alan Shear becomes a valuable ally and a key source of information. Over the course of the story, Alan Shear helps the Fateless One to uncover the truth behind the Tuahidion's plans, providing them with valuable insights and guidance as they work to foil the Winterface schemes. Alan Shear's character is shrouded in mystery, and players are never quite sure where her loyalties lie. This adds an element of intrigue to the game's narrative, as the player is forced to constantly question whether they can trust her. The Fateless One and Agarth seek out a Fate Codex that can provide them with valuable information about the history of the Phalanx and the current conflict between the factions. The Codex, once found, is taken to the Summer Fate King Titarian for decoding. Through Titarian's interpretation of the Codex, it is revealed that the Fateless One has a crucial role to play in the fate of Amalur. The Codex foretells of a great hero who will rise up to challenge the Tuahidion and stop their plans for conquest. However, the hero's identity is left ambiguous, and it is unclear whether the Fateless One is the hero of the prophecy. As the Fateless One continues their journey, it becomes clear that they are indeed the hero of the prophecy, and that their actions will determine the fate of the Phalanx. The Fateless One's fate is not predetermined by the Fate Weave, and as such, they have the power to change the course of Amalur's history. After decoding the Fate Codex and learning of their crucial role in Amalur's fate, the Fateless One continues on their journey to stop the Tuahidion and save the Phalanx. They reunite with Agarth and Hughes, who continue to assist them in their quest. At the suggestion of Alan Shear, the Fateless One helps Tylara, a member of the Joselfer tribe of humans, retrieve an ancestral weapon known as the Prismir Blade. This powerful weapon is believed to be capable of turning the tide of the war against the Tuahidion. As the Fateless One and Tylara journey to retrieve the Prismir Blade, they encounter and battle Tuahidion agents, rooting out their plans and weakening their hold on the Phalanx. Once the Prismir Blade is obtained, the Fateless One and their allies prepare to launch an attack on a besieged city in the Winterface lands. This battle is a pivotal moment in the game's narrative, as it represents the culmination of the Fateless One's journey and their efforts to stop the Tuahidion. The battle is intense and challenging, and although Tylara dies in the process, the Fateless One emerges victorious. The Winterfae are defeated, and the Tuahidion's hold on the Phalanx is weakened. The Fateless One has proven themselves to be a true hero, and their actions have earned them the respect and admiration of their allies. After the Fateless One successfully defeats the Winder Fae and their two Ahidion allies, they begin to forge alliances with the remaining friendly Winder Fae to track down and stop the two Ahidion once and for all. One of these alliances leads them to the gnome researcher Ventrinio, who possesses knowledge of a hidden route into the Winder Fae stronghold of Alabastra. He is a brilliant inventor and scholar, but also a bit of a recluse. The Fateless One, along with their allies, sets out to locate Ventrinio and secure this crucial passage. Upon locating Ventrinio, the Fateless One discovers that he has been captured by the two Ahidion and is being held in a fortress guarded by powerful creatures. The Fateless One and their allies must fight their way through the fortress and free Ventrinio to obtain the information they need. After securing the route into Alabastra, the Fateless One and their allies embark on their final mission to stop the two Ahidion and their plans for Amalur. As the Fateless One and their allies launch their assault on Alabastra, Ventrinio grows increasingly obsessed with the source of Gadflow's power. Gadflow is the leader of the two Ahidion, and Ventrinio believes that discovering the source of his power will allow them to defeat him and end the threat to Amalur. Ventrinio's obsession led Alan to kill him. Alan reveals to the Fateless One that they are both members of a secret order known as the Travelers, who were tasked with guarding the prison of Tyrannoch. Tyrannoch is a rogue Fae who was imprisoned by the other Fae for her crimes against the Phalanx. However, Tyrannoch seeks to escape her prison and exact revenge on those who imprisoned her, including the Fae and the mortal races of Amalur. Alan tells the Fateless One that their destiny is to stop Tyrannoch from escaping her prison and destroying Amalur. The Fateless One confronts Tyrannoch in her dragon form. During the fight, Tyrannoch kills Gadflow, revealing that his plan was to use the Fateless One to bring about Tyrannoch's release so that he could gain ultimate power. However, the Fateless One manages to defeat Tyrannoch with the help of their allies. Alan Shear rescues the Fateless One from the collapsing prison. She also warns the Fateless One to keep Tyrannoch a secret from the rest of the world. After the battle, Agarth reveals that he can no longer see the future, implying that the actions of the Fateless One have disrupted the predetermined fate of Amalur. The story ends with the Fateless One departing on a journey to explore the changed world and discover their own destiny.